In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I took this photograph from this to this using only Lightroom. If you would like to edit this photo yourself, I've included a download link in the description below. Before I get into the actual editing of this photo, I wanted to go ahead and point out the camera settings that I had for taking this photograph. You can see here over in the top left-hand corner, my settings were 1/500th of a second at f5.6 and ISO 10,000. ISO 10,000 might sound pretty high, but I would rather have a sharp and grainy photo than one that's low in noise but blurry. We're going to start by hitting D for develop, and I'm going to first crop in this photo. I would say that we have a lot of empty or dead space on the left-hand side of the photo, and I want to get rid of some of that. So I'm going to hit R for crop, and then I'm going to simply just drag this over to get it to align like this. Going to hit enter to confirm that. And from here, my first step is going to be changing the picture profile of this image. Right now, it is an extremely contrasty image. This was taken in the jungle where there is not a whole lot of natural light. And thus, the little bits of light that are shining through are super bright. But then our lemur friend here is super, super dark and underexposed. So we can fix this and start off in the right foot by changing our picture profile. In this case, I'm going to change from Adobe Color, click on these 4 squares, and then go down to Adobe Neutral. And you can see, just like that, we have taken a lot of contrast out of the image. I'm going to close that, and I can actually take more contrast out of the image and add it in gradually as we go on. So I'm going to take contrast out of the image. I can also take down the highlights a little bit, increase the exposure, bring up the shadows, bring up the blacks, something like that. Looking at this photo now with less contrast, we can now see that there are some unusual things about the color. Because this was taken in a dense, dark rainforest, everything has this kind of green cast to it. And that's because of the bounce light. Any light that was in the forest has bounced on everything else and caused a green color cast to everything. To change the white balance, I'm just going to go up here and move this tint slider and see if we can get rid of some of that overwhelming green color cast. And then I'm also going to warm this up with the color temperature, just going a little bit more on the warmer side of things. The background of the scene is definitely looking better, but the lemur himself still has that very strong color cast to him. And we're going to fix that by going into our masking panel and then going to select subject right here. I'm going to click on that, and then you can see it does a pretty good job right off the bat, although there's a couple errors, and we can fix that by just subtracting with a brush from this selection. I'm going to go over here, just subtract just like this. It doesn't need to be 100% accurate. And just like that, we have a much better mask selection. Now I can go ahead and adjust our tint and again move that to the right to get rid of that green color cast that was on our lemur friend. And I'm also going to increase the color temperature of him to make him stand out against the background. To further make him pop in the scene and make him the star of the show, I'm going to increase the exposure just a little bit, and then also increase the whites to make him stand out just a little bit more. To further emphasize this, I'm going to click on these 3 dots up here with our mask, and then say duplicate and invert. And from here, I'm going to take down the exposure a little bit, and that's going to help him stand out even more. At this point, I'm going to create kind of a pseudo custom vignette using a radial gradient by again going up to create a new mask, going down to radial gradient. I'm going to zoom on out here, and I'm going to make a big mask right over here. I'm going to kind of position it like so, and then I can go ahead and invert the mask to make a selection just like this. And I'm placing it just to the right of our lemur because you can see that is where the light was naturally coming from. So I want to leave the light that was there naturally unaffected by this mask and darken everything else around it. From here, I can just take down the exposure. I can actually go quite a ways on this one to really make him stand out. And I can also cool that down a little bit. Cool down the edges of the photo to again make the lemur the star of the show. Your eye likes contrasts in a photo, and the lemur being warmer than the rest of the landscape will make him stand out. To further emphasize this, I'm going to click on these three dots here, say duplicate and invert the mask, and then increase the exposure to increase the brightness coming from this right-hand side. This will again emphasize the lemur even more, and it also gives us a little bit more visual flow to the photo. I'm going to create another radial gradient now by going up to Mask and create another radial gradient. And in this case, I'm going to make one to create or add the illusion of light leaking through on this top right area. So once I've made my radial gradient, I can go down to dehaze and then simply slide left on the dehaze slider or apply negative dehaze. I'm also going to take away some of the blacks and then increase the color temperature. Let's go ahead and look at what this image looks like before any of the masks and after. And you can see just 5 masks and we've already made quite a big difference on this photograph. I will say though that because we took away so much contrast in the beginning, our lemur is looking a little flat. And so we can go ahead and do a little bit of burning on the lemur to give him some shading and give the photo a little bit more depth. I can do this by creating a new mask with a brush tool. I'm going to go down on the exposure and also change the flow from 100 down to around 30. I'm going to zoom in, and from here, I'm just going to brush in a little bit of darkness on our lemur, just kind of shading him like so. If I click on Show Overlay though, we can see that I have affected not only the lemur, but the background as well. We of course only wanted to affect the lemur, so to remove this, all I have to do is click on these 3 dots here and say Intersect Mask With and select Subject. I'm going to turn off Show Overlay and then toggle this off and then on, and you can see how I'm directing the shadows and giving more depth. One thing I like to do to most of my wildlife images to make them more relatable is then add adjustments to the eyes. If I zoom in here right over our lemur's eyes, just like that, I'm going to create a new mask. And in this case, I'm going to do an object selection, going to draw just like this over one eye. And then I'm going to add another object selection over the second eye. You can see that did a really good job. I'm going to increase our color temperature to make these eyes a little bit more saturated. And I can also increase the contrast and maybe bring up the whites of these eyes. You can see a before and after of this adjustment, which makes them a little bit more relatable. Looking at this photo zoomed out, I would say that it still feels a little bit cool, and I want to add more warmth. I want to add even more warmth to the light in this photograph. I'm going to go over here to color grading and then add to our highlights a nice warm hue. And I can adjust the saturation. I don't need to go too strong, just something like this. We can see before and after. And to make this more dramatic, I can apply some cool tones to our shadows, just like this. And I don't need to go too much, just a touch, just like that. This image is definitely getting there, but it's still looking a little unsaturated for my tastes. To add saturation to this photo, I'm going to go down to calibration and increase the blue primary saturation slider. This gives a little more of a natural look to our saturation versus using the actual saturation or vibrance sliders. At this point, I'm happy with the colors and the visual flow of the image and the direction of the light, but I took away maybe a little bit too much contrast in the beginning, so I want to add a little bit of that contrast back in, and I'm going to do it with our tone curve panel. In this case, I'm going to add a little bit of brightness to the upper end of the histogram or the highlights, and then bring down the rest of the histogram. Add in more contrast that way to give the photograph a punchier look. At this point, I would say the image is looking pretty good. But if we zoom in here, we can see that there's still a lot of noise, especially on the lemur himself. And that's because, of course, we shot this at a very high ISO of ISO 10,000. Thankfully, Lightroom has an amazing AI noise reduction model, and you can access that by going over to Detail and then clicking on Noise Reduction. It's given us this kind of a random area of preview. I don't want to preview the noise reduction in this specific area, So I'm going to click on this magnifying glass here to zoom out, and then click somewhere on the lemur's face to zoom in like that. And then I can toggle and see how much noise reduction I want to apply to the image with this slider here. So in this case, I want to slide all the way to the left and see what it looks like with no noise reduction. And then you can see as I bring it over, it reduces the noise by quite a bit. If you go too far, then you get sort of a plasticky look, and that doesn't look good. So we're going to go somewhere in the middle, maybe around 35, 36%. I'm going to hit enhance and wait for it to do its thing. Our AI noise reduction has finished and we're looking pretty good, but we're not quite done yet. If I zoom in even further, we can see that although it's fairly clean and doesn't have much noise, there is some weird and wonky colors, especially in the shadows down here, where we have this splotchy kind of unusual green color cast or green hue to everything. And that's because for some reason, when you apply the AI noise reduction in Lightroom, it resets the color noise reduction. To fix this, all we need to do is adjust the color noise reduction, and usually I like to go positive 10 on this or so. Any more and you start losing saturation and start getting color bleed in between things, but I find around 10 is the magic number. And if I zoom back up and zoom out just a little bit, you can kind of see what this looks like before and then after. This is a really important step if you're going to be printing something. Let's do a final image comparison here, with the left, of course, being the unedited raw file, which is very underexposed and overly contrasty and has those weird greenish color casts to it, compared to the right-hand side where we have a lot less contrast, it has a lot more visual flow, and if I zoom in here, you can see how much less noisy it is compared to our original photo. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.